at the Galaxy down the street?
Yeah, yeah. It's a franchise of Oga's Cantina.
Yeah.
It's a bar and grill kind of action.
They
It's
have
really good.
pork and beans sort of thing. Yeah.
Ooh. Porg, the other white meat.
That's right. But before we get to that, we're going to be going over some hot happenings this week. Plus, we have Triple Force Friday tomorrow.
Yep.
So that's really exciting. I have not looked at anything because I don't want to buy anything. I'm just afraid.
I've seen basically the list of stuff, and there's some pretty good things. There's some pretty good things. So
especially the red stormtrooper. That was at Comic-Con. That everybody wanted that. It was
right.
It was a madhouse.
Well, they're doing I think there's going to be a white box version, because like they did the red box version at Comic-Con. There's a black box version, which is the normal one.
Right.
And then they're doing a white box version as well. So it's going to be it's a collector's nightmare.
Yeah, you don't have enough money for all that.
Nope.
All right. So for me, and we just talked about this, a new character in Rise of Skywalker. It's
Babu Frick.
Babu Frick, a tiny and Azelian.
I think so. Droidsmith.
Droidsmith. So I imagine he fixes droids.
Yep, he fixes and builds droids, and he's adorable.
He looks like
He's so cute.
He looks like one of the characters, I believe it is in Force Awakens.
He looks like a character from Solo too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it is from Solo.
He looks like the pilot.
Yes. I'm like, dang, that guy looks familiar.
That was Jon Favreau's character actually too. Jon Favreau voiced the character.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
But anyway, but this guy's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, if he's a foot tall, we're lucky. Or he's lucky, I don't know. But yeah, he's cute. I saw the picture on the Star Wars show online, and I'm down. I'll talk to him, see what's up, and
yeah,
maybe he'll build me a droid.
Maybe,
yeah,
maybe. Now here's another one I saw last night. Win 2 tickets to the world premiere of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and you can also get with that 2 tickets to the Star Wars celebration in Anaheim next year. So nice. That's quite a gift. You know, if you can win all that, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, because then you're getting tickets to the movie in December, and then 8 months later you're going to Celebration on top of it.
That's
so
right.
That's fantastic. Oh,
yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And also a new beanbag, which was a Wampa beanbag.
Oh, that's tight. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So do you know how to get the tickets to the movie thing? Or?
You have to go on to the site and put your name in and stuff. They said
So is this at StarWars.com or is it
I saw it on StarWarsNews.com.
Okay, so that's not there. That might not be the official website. So
right. You might have to go on to StarWarsNews.com and then
figure out where it goes.
Right.
Most likely it's going to be StarWars.com or Lucasfilm, and
I should have looked at that. Right. I was too excited
to
play. Okay. I saw the Wampa beanbag chair and I wasn't paying attention. All right, Jim, what do you got?
Oh, there's a bunch of news. First of all, there's some books out. I think they're basically for kids, but they're books. 2 are already out that I didn't find until now. It's called Be More Vader and Be More Yoda.
Wow.
And basically, you open it up, it has basically quotes that those characters said, and how they act and how they behave and all that kind of stuff. And now 2 more coming out: Be More Lando and Be More Leia. So
Be More Lando would be more smooth, right?
Well, yeah, you just make sure you have your Colt 45 and you're good to go.
And if you're a kid, that's not a good idea.
Oh yeah, no Colt 45 for anyone under the age of 21.
That's right.
So, but those are coming out soon. The new Jedi Fallen Order comic issue 2 is out. I read it. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's a very interesting story. The Age of Resistance Kylo Ren it came out last week, I believe, and so that finishes the Age of Resistance series, which also means it completes the entire Age of series, all 27 comics.
Wow.
And so the next storyline to come out will be Star Wars Allegiance, which is a 4-issue series, which is supposed to take place right before Episode 9. And then the
So catching everybody up.
right, and then also the Rise of Kylo Ren comic series, which is also coming out, I believe, in December.
Yeah, because it would have to come out after the fact, because you don't want to give away any secrets.
Well, this is going to be how Kylo Ren became Kylo Ren.
Oh.
So this is all the information.
He was an angry child. Felt betrayed by Luke Skywalker. There you go.
And his mom. And his dad.
Yes, that's right.
And everybody else.
That's right.
I mean, basically, he heard about his father or his grandfather over the internet. Basically. Because Leia and Han did not tell Kylo or Ben about Darth Vader.
Well, it's kind of this. It follows along what Luke went through.
In a sense.
You know, they didn't want to tell him because, you know, Aunt Peru and
there might be feelings.
Yes, and they didn't want him to fall down that same path, but unfortunately, you know, things happen.
Yeah. So anyway, also, just as a reminder, Star Wars Resistance Season 2 debuts Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see. There's also an excerpt from the new Star Wars novel Resistance Reborn. It's available at Del Rey Books, I believe. And that's basically also a setup for Episode 9 as well. The actual novel is coming out on November 5th, so next month.
So the novel for the movie?
No. This is Resistance Reborn. This is a prequel to Episode 9. Right. And the Rise of Skywalker novelization, there's been no announcement yet that I've seen. It'll probably come out after the movie, which is what they've been doing, because 7 and 8 also had theirs come out after the movie.
Yeah, because you don't want any spoiler alerts.
Even though they did the first 6 that way.
And the music, too.
Well, yeah.
Because I remember you telling me...
Let's not forget about the noble death of Qui Gon.
Yes, that's the one you told me. You're like, oh gosh, the guy's going to die.
Yep. Oh, that was wonderful. Thanks for that, John Williams guy. Whatever. Also, very likely, the final Rise of Skywalker trailer will debut on October 14th during Monday Night Football.
Woo! Oh, I gotta watch football to see it. Okay.
Most likely on ABC.
I'll make Mark watch it.
Is that ABC? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it is ABC.
Oh, you can wait till after...
99%...
It'll blow up on YouTube after that.
Well, usually Lucasfilm will release the trailer simultaneously on their channel at YouTube.
Okay.
So if you go to the Star Wars channel at YouTube, most likely at whenever whatever time they actually show the trailer on TV, they'll show it. They'll release it on the internet as well.
Now here's the question. Here's the real question. How many Star Wars fans actually watch football?
Oh, probably tons. I mean, football is a popular sport, and many Star Wars fans are football fans, so I'm sure there'll be plenty that'll be watching it during the game.
Probably.
And it's also a mass market audience, so they're going to get that trailer out to, fans, non-fans, casual fans, and so on. So I mean, it's a
people who will become fans.
That's the gigantic marketing strategy there. The trailers come on football before. So
yes, they have. That was just something I wondered.
Yeah. So anyway, what else?
The Force Friday toys.
Well, I don't have a list.
But you did see it.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive, because there's the wave of 3.75 figures, and I believe they're on vintage card backs, and then of course the Black Series 6-inch editions, which will have a Rey and Dio, a Kylo Ren, I believe, Mandalorian, and the second sister, which is from the Jedi Fallen Order game.
Wow.
Which is an Inquisitor.
I love the Inquisitors, by the way.
And then there's going to be several new Lego sets. There's going to be several new books. There's going to be several other toys. There's some vintage... Walmart's going to have some vintage, classic vintage repro stuff. They're doing like a trilogy of T-shirts from the original trilogy.
What?
They're going to look like they're in classic vintage VHS boxes. Okay, and in each box
this is tomorrow?
I believe so. and that they're each going to have a T-shirt from like one from A New Hope, one from Empire, one from Return of the Jedi, and like
I need Return of the Jedi because they actually had women's T-shirts that were the vintage Star Wars, and I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I got the Star Wars one. You like that one?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm wearing Jedi Priest. I got that one, and then I got the second one, and then now I need Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, it's.
I need.
I do have a variant of the Return of the Jedi shirt. The Return of the Jedi shirt that they're doing is what they're doing. When it was going to be Revenge of the Jedi before Return, they made a poster for that. And this T-shirt is going to be that poster, but it will say Return of the Jedi instead of Revenge.
Yeah, the Return of the Jedi sounds better too.
Well, you know,
to me it just sounds
there is
better.
that kind of urban legend / not sure how it exactly happened, because the Wrath of Khan came out the same year. Well, or the Wrath of Khan actually came out before Return of the Jedi, but both movies were in production, and you know, Paramount was going, okay, we're going to make Revenge of Khan. Right, because Khan gets revenge against Kirk and his buddies, right? And then, you know, Lucas is going Revenge of the Jedi at the same time, and both were kind of at the same time. Then they heard that each other was doing that title, so they both changed it. So it became the Wrath of Khan and Return of the Jedi. But I don't know how accurate that story is, and it's probably very inaccurate.
Legend.
It's probably very inaccurate, to be fair. But it's fun to play with. Please comment about what you guys know about that, because I really not
we
sure.
do. If you have any of that lore and you know anything about it, contact us. Let us know, because we'd like to hear it.
2 more things, I believe. I got there. 2 other Rise of Skywalker images were released by Empire Magazine.
Wow.
And one is an image of basically the Knights of Ren just kind of like standing in a line in some scene.
Please send me that link, because I would love to see it.
Because it's badass. And then another is a shot of what appears to be some kind of hangar bay, perhaps, and it's got Kylo Ren and a bunch of stormtroopers in there, basically being like pushed back by something, but the something is off screen. We don't know what it is.
Rey.
Probably Rey.
Yeah, probably Rey.
Yeah, but
that's really interesting. Or it could be Hayden Christensen. We don't know.
Hey, it could be anybody. It could be, you know.
I'm excited about that. So this past weekend, Jim and I did shows. Now, we didn't do shows together because we're in 2 different temples of the Saber Guild. But Jim did one at the Corona Library with his temple, which is the Outer Rim. And that's in Corona. The library's in Corona, Outer Rim's in Chino. And they did a show, and it was wonderful. How many cameras did you have there?
6.
Wow. You want to talk about some really capturing the moments.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, we had 2 far-off cameras, and then we had 2 cameras, well, actually 3 cameras on the stage pointing towards the center of the stage. And we had a 5th roving camera. And then we had another guy taking stills, too. So it was just...
That's awesome.
And we still haven't even gotten that guy's pictures yet.
I can't wait to see that, because I think that's going to be great.
I got some pictures I can post that are cool, but
yeah, put it on to Radio Geonosis, because I think everybody would like to see that.
I will gladly do that.
We did ours I'm part of Saber Guild Temple Prime. We did our show in Long Beach for the Ready Long Beach Preparedness. And that was really cool. I got to go in a Black Hawk helicopter. I was really excited about that. It came in, landed, and I'm like, I've got to get in that thing. So we did that after the show. Our show was outside, where yours was probably inside.
Ours was outside.
Was it?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of wind where we were.
Yeah. We didn't have any wind.
You're lucky.
It was early, though.
Yeah, ours was like capes flying, cloaks, everything flying, my hair flying. I was really afraid that I wasn't going to see my partner, because my hair kept going in my face. So I was really worried about that. But it came out great. I'm really proud. Vince and I, we've worked on this fight for a while, and it's a mall fight that he put together. And it is the timing and everything was perfect on that show. I was very proud of everybody. I thought we did a really great job. And then after that, I went to the 501st bowling event Their third annual bowling event.
Bowling for buckets or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I bowled horribly. Horribly. I
Yeah.
had so many gutter balls.
We had a bunch of Mandos supposedly go to that too. From our team.
Yes.
Because we had Ernest and Yvonne, who are Mandos, but Yvonne's one of our Sith. And she did the show with us, and then they had to, break loose and go to the bowling thing. So
yeah, I did too. I left at about 3:00. Then I went down there. I had enough time to get some Starbucks, and I went to the. I wore my. I have a motocross helmet, which it's an HJC helmet, but it actually is a replica of Red 5.
Oh, gotcha.
And so it was a really cool helmet. I wore mine, even though it was kind of out of sync with the guys I bowled with, because they all had Stormtrooper, and I mean it was bad guys. But I said I'm a Sith who stole the helmet from a Jedi, so that's how it worked. But I'm a horrible bowler. Next year, if I get invited, I'm gonna make sure
you do some bowling first.
I do some bowling first, so I don't bowl so bad.
Well, I haven't bowled in years, and believe me, if I get over 100, it's a miracle. So.
Oh my! I don't even know what I got. But our show today is about food in Star Wars.
Yep.
So there's a lot of scenes that incorporate food in the movies and also in the cartoons.
Oh, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place. So number one for me is blue milk.
Yep.
Probably the most famous. The most famous.
Well, yeah, it's basically the first thing you see.
Yeah, and it's bantha milk.
Yeah.
So it's the cows of Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
Banthas.
More or less, yeah.
Yes. So what do you got?
Well, that's basically the same thing, come from the moisture farms, and that's what you see Luke and them drinking in that one scene where Luke's, trying to convince Uncle Owen he's going to the academy,
Well, he drinks condensed milk.
Well, you can hire on some more hands, and then I can go, and because Biggs and Tank are already there and everything, and stuff. And yes, it was.
And that's to join the Empire, correct?
That was technically the Empire, because they were going to the academy on Carida, which is the same academy that Han Solo went to a little earlier.
They all jump ship.
But eventually, Biggs and Biggs will. I believe it's Biggs and Porkins will jump ship at Bestine, and Tank stays in the Imperial military. He actually becomes like a heartfelt Imperial.
Oh man!
That's in the comics, or at least it's in EU comics.
He circles the bowl.
Right. But yeah, so Tank stays in the Empire. Biggs and Porkins leave the Empire. Wedge was in the Empire, but he leaves earlier because he was an Academy cadet when he left. That takes place in Rebels.
Yeah.
In the Rebel show. So we get Wedge earlier. Or later. I don't know. I think Wedge is technically a younger person than like Biggs.
I need Rebels.
Porkins. It's very complicated to actually like figure out, like, if you look at the original Red Squadron in A New Hope, like, they're all different age pilots because they all come from different backgrounds and stuff. Luke was technically like 19 or 20 himself, and not an experienced fighter pilot at all.
Right, when you see the Rebels, they're just a whole mishmash of people.
Well,
they're not a Imperial army where they could all pretty much be the same age.
Well, yeah, roughly, yeah.
They still defeat them anyways.
Oh yeah. Of course.
All right, now who can forget the pair scene with Padme and Anakin?
Yep.
I was like, okay, that's the fancy food of
yeah, that's
of
Naboo,
the galaxy,
that's
Naboo.
Naboo pears, which they call Ashura. Well, A as in article, Shura, Shuura.
I knew Jim would know this.
I mean, the actual, what they shot in the movie, it is actually a pear in, human real life.
No, it is. It really is.
It's a space pear. It's actually CGI pear.
It would have to be because it was floating around.
Well, you gotta have a hobby, and his hobby was floating pears. So,
He seemed to like to do that. How about this? Yoda's Dagobah paleo diet.
Yes.
He had that mushrooms and snakes. That's how he lived to be 900 years old.
I guess so. I'm sure that at the Jedi Temple he was really popular in the kitchen.
Well, he probably I don't know at the Jedi Temple what he ate, but on Dagobah
Well,
he could have eaten snakes there.
odds are he was more vegetarian. I mean, what he actually had in the stew with Luke, it was called root leaf. It actually says it in the movie. It's one of the words he said that I could never, ever, ever, ever understand,
Until you watch the
like subtitles,
Yes.
or if you watch closed captioning or
Yes,
whatever.
the closed captioning is the best because then you're like, oh, I didn't know they said that.
Well, did you know that in the newest digital editions of the new movies, they actually translate Chewbacca's dialogue?
Really?
Yeah.
You mean in The Force Awakens?
And Last Jedi, yeah.
I'm gonna be
Whenever-
forced to watch that.
Whenever he talks, so he actually says, well, of course he's saying words because he's an intelligent being, but they actually translate those words in the newer digital editions.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That is interesting. What do you got?
Let's see. How about, well, also from Empire, Luke's survival kit.
Yeah, the bread looks like a
Well, it's kind of a.
breadstick.
It looks kind of like a breadstick or like a sesame seed stick or something. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it definitely looks like some kind of crazy nutrition bar, like a.
It looked like a breadstick, and at one point it looked like a hot dog.
Yeah, but
I'm sure there's no hot dogs in the galaxy.
when you open that little tin can that he had that has all of his little survival rations and crap in there, it was a variety of course, stuff that you can just get, either at a candy store or a health store. Like there's nuts and M&Ms and all kinds of crazy stuff. That kit is actually being sold at Galaxy's Edge.
What? I did not see that.
Yeah, it's not as cool. Well, I'd say it's cool because it looks similar, but it's not cool because it's not metal.
I'm gonna have to go back because I want that.
The actual prop is metal, at least from what I can tell in the film, but the one you buy at Galaxy's Edge is a plastic one, and then when you open it, it has like a variety of candies and junk, stuff that kids eat basically, and I shouldn't say it that way, but it's the same size. It looks about the same.
Wow.
Thing. Has the same number of compartments and stuff. And I think it's like $25 though. It's typical Disney expensive. So,
yes.
But
I say poo poo to that.
But yeah.
Okay, my next one is Rey. She has that Insta muffin. Looks like a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
Polystarch bread. It is polystarch bread. She cooks it on the stove of her, in her at apartment.
Right. I want her at house, by the way. Because it's it's like the happening thing. It's in a sense it's very hipster because it uses existing, architecture and stuff and turn it into a new space.
Yeah, that would be cool. You imagine in the desert having that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And of course, it'll be very hot because it's a giant metal thing. It's a giant metal can, so
there's a way. Well,
I've been in giant metal cans before, and
she must have had some sort of air flowing through there. She was really techie, so she would know how to do that.
How she learned how to pilot was in there. Somehow she found during her growing up time on Jakku that she found a flight simulator program.
In the AT-AT?
Not in the AT-AT, but somewhere during her scavenging.
That's why she's got the helmet on.
Yeah, it's an X-Wing pilot.
She must have...
Remember, the Battle of Jakku happened on, Jakku. And so there's broken, not just Imperial hardware, but broken, Rebel hardware, too, from that battle. And X-Wings, Y-Wings, Corellian Corvettes.
My favorite.
Nebulon B frigates, possibly even a Mon Calamari cruisers out there too. We just saw that Star Destroyer as an example, but that was only just a little tiny piece of what was out there.
Right. We knew that there was a lot of them.
Huge battle.
That's really cool. I didn't even know that. I love Easter eggs, by the way. Okay, Rey also eats a fruit cup kind of thing at Maz Kanaz.
Yeah.
I think it's an apple with something on top. After she eats that, she goes down into the basement and has a hallucinogenic dream. So you have to wonder what was on the fruit.
Well, it may have been a side effect of the food, or she was just having a force connection to the lightsaber.
But after she ate the fruit.
Well, that's coincidental. It's not like she had like a 6-pack before she went down there.
Possibly. You know? But we know Obi-Wan has, because twice he's been in a bar, and twice he's cut off a hand.
Yep.
So we don't want this guy drinking in a bar.
What are you going to do, Master? I'm going to have a drink.
Yeah, but then he ends up cutting the bounty hunter's hand off.
Well, she asked for it. She was going to shoot him.
But then he does it again in Mos Eisley.
Well, he was asking for it because he was going to shoot Luke.
But you just don't want this guy to have alcohol in his hand.
Speaking of Easter eggs, you realize that Ponda Baba's hand magically turned from a flipper to a wolf hand, right?
In the original, it was a flipper, right?
Well, it was never. No, it was always a wolf hand, or a hairy hand with the gun on the floor. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a photo. I mean, it's kind of a filming error, really. Like the stormtrooper hitting his head on the door on the Death Star. They never took that out either. It's still in there now. Wow.
I mean, those are two things I did not know. Although Obi-Wan goes to get a drink he goes to meet Dex at Dex's place.
Yep.
And he has a cup of Jawa juice.
Yes, he does.
But he doesn't cut off anyone's hand doing that. But
no.
He's not drinking alcohol.
Well, it's probably not alcohol. Jawa juice is, God knows, it's probably either like a tea type drink.
Or
a coffee type drink. Or it could be, if it's juice, it could be like, apple juice or fruit juice or anything, Could be fruit punch.
I would think it would have to be. Did you know that bar is the same one they used in Back to the Future?
I do now. That's awesome.
That's an Easter egg for you. We did that before.
That is awesome.
Easter. How about this one when Hondo slips Anakin and Obi-Wan a Mickey in the Clone Wars series? And they end up in the jail with
yeah.
Count Dooku.
Oh, that was hilarious.
They got slipped a Mickey.
Yep.
And they were kind of drunk too.
Well, you don't party with Klatooinians. That's just a rule, okay? Or especially pirate ones. It's like, I mean, Hondo's cool, but he's also a pirate.
That's right. And I think that both of them, in watching the Clone Wars, it's a crack up because they are almost a comedian team.
Oh, definitely.
You can see that there's a lot of comedy there.
They are the Abbott and Costello of Star Wars.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, they really were. I really, really like that. Let's see. Obi-Wan and Qui Gon have a drink.
Yep. Something.
Could
be just water for all we know, but right at the beginning of Phantom Menace, right?
Yeah, but Obi-Wan is telling Qui-Gon there's a problem here, and Qui-Gon's like, I don't sense anything. Probably because he was drunk from that tea. I'm just kidding.
Oh God! Don't focus on your anxieties. Obi-Wan, focus on there and
drinking and having fun.
Focus on the Guinness in your cup.
Yes, that's right.
He's Irish after all.
I think there's
an Irish Jedi and a Scotch Jedi walk into a bar. What happens? Nobody walks out.
Someone loses a hand.
Okay.
What you got?
For those of us who watch Rebels.
Hey, don't harp on the fact that I haven't bought the series yet.
I didn't say nothing. I'm just minding my own business over here. There's a fruit called the Mailroom Fruit. It's actually something you can get at Galaxy's Edge now, too. But the Mailroom Fruit is a favorite fruit of our dear Captain Hera. And there's an episode where the whole point of the episode is to get Ezra and Zeb to basically bond over a common goal. And that is to appease Hera and get her favorite fruit. And she's like, if you don't get me my favorite fruit, you will not be able to come back onto the ship, basically.
Wow.
And hijinks ensue. And it is a cute little... And it is a funny episode. It's really fun to watch. And bonus... they get a TIE fighter out of it.
Yay!
Don't know why, but but somehow they get a TIE fighter out of it. But anyway, that's the Mailroom Fruit. And also as a bonus, like I said, they make a Mailroom juice drink at Galaxy's Edge that you can get. I believe either at Oga's Cantina or at the at Ronto Roasters.
Is it alcohol? No, it's not alcohol.
I don't think it's alcoholic. I don't think that's one of the non-alcoholic drinks. That
the one that I had was the Java one, and that was really good. It was non-alcoholic. It was
Mm.
delicious. It really was.
They do
great.
serve both, so
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Okay, food caplets. The chrome one it has energy pellets. I thought it had steak and potato, but whatever. The brown one, the brown capsule is let's see, it's just food pellets. Silver is energy, and gold is food pellets.
Tasty.
Yeah.
So if I open up my gold one, I have a food pellet, and then I chase it with a Red Bull from the silver cap. Gotcha. Great. We have Jedi getting drunk, and now we have just pure cocaine in the silver ones. No, I shouldn't have said that.
It could be. Who knows? Who knows? Because it's really interesting that there's Jorgen fruit. It was a type of food on the Imperial starships.
Really?
Yes, Jorgen fruit. I looked this up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. So I imagine that they had to have some sort of treats for the people.
Oh yeah.
Because they were constantly cleaning the floors there on the starships and stuff.
Well,
those were just.
The Imperial Navy, in many ways, is a very traditional Navy.
Yeah.
If you ever looked at a naval ship, you go onto a naval ship, it is spotless. I've been on a couple, and it's like that. And it doesn't matter what Navy you go to. I've been on several, and it's pretty clean. Because when you're bored, the supervisors don't want you to be bored, and get into mischief. So they will find things for you to do.
Yes.
Usually means swabbing the deck, cleaning the walls, cleaning the toilet, cleaning everything, cleaning your bunk again, arranging the things in your closet, and they're arranging the things in another guy's closet, and then inspect. Okay, let's see. Okay, this looks fine. This doesn't look fine. We're going to throw it on the floor and make you do it again.
Yeah,
do push-ups until I get tired, and rinse and repeat.
That's right. Now, food at Dex's place. You ever wonder what they serve there?
Food, hopefully.
Apple slug stew.
That sounds so horrifically
Hungry
delicious.
Hut breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, that sounds yummy, actually.
How about poached gorge eggs?
Uh-huh.
How about Gerba cheese?
Tasty.
I'm sure it was interesting.
Oh, yes.
It was interesting at all. Let me see now. Nutritional type of, let's see what the officers and the stormtroopers, what would they eat? Stormtroopers consumed grayish goo substance. It was horribly bland, but it met the nutritional regulations.
Yeah, they call it nutritional paste, I believe. And it's mentioned in many sources, but I think you can see a mention of it in the second Battlefront 2 novel.
Yeah, they carry it in the canisters on their utility belt.
Yeah. So it's, sure it's high density, high calorie stuff, so they can carry a little of it and it goes a long way.
Yes. We know that Ewoks eat stormtroopers.
Well, yeah, they get their nutritional paste via the stormtroopers' insides.
Wampas, they eat tauntauns.
Which is sad, but
I
true.
know, it is. Rancor ate everything thrown at him.
That Gamorrean did not choose to get thrown at him. Nor did Ula.
Now Leia gives what looks like a rice cake to the Ewok.
Oh yeah, that's like her ration food. Or
Yes.
Whatever. And Wicket was like, he was down because he said it was Gunda.
Let me see. What else do you got?
What else do I have? Well, I do have some interesting foods listed from Galaxy's Edge. And this is stuff that you can get at Galaxy's Edge.
I like that.
They have 3 places you can go to. The first is more of a stand-up place called Ronto Roasters. And the main thing you get is the Ronto, well, roast.
Is it chicken?
It's a sausage. It's a type of sausage. And the character that runs Ronto Roasters is supposed to be a huge pod racing fan. And he has these Ronto sausages roasting on an actual uplifted pod racing engine.
Wow, you know what? I didn't even see that. I'm gonna have to go back just so I could see all this shenanigans.
Yeah, that's the grill that they use for that. And then so you
Very
can get a
clever.
Ronto roaster, and it's basically a sausage wrapped in a flatbread, and it has like a coleslaw that comes with it that you eat, and I don't know, it's good, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't try any food there.
And then and that's like the main thing that they have. And that's kind of like basically they look at it as that place is like the quickie place to get like something real fast. And then you can go to Docking Bay 7, which is more of a sit down place.
Yeah, that was cool. I did see that.
And then because it has a lot of little things in there that are really cool. The main thing that some of the main things they serve is the fried Andorian tip yip, which is a type of rectangle shaped fried chicken.
Okay.
The Cadu ribs, which is a country pork rib, and it has a blueberry corn muffin on the side and some slaw.
That sounds good.
Yeah. There is a Felucian garden spread, so it's like a salad.
Shrimp Felucia.
Right. And then blah, 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 blah. What else? And that's kind of the main dishes that you can get there. And they do sell breakfast there too. There is a breakfast Ronto roaster as well. So if you go early, you can get that. And then you have Oga's Cantina. Now that's the drinking establishment, which has alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages that you can buy. And now Oga's, you do have to make a reservation to go.
Yes.
And you can only be there for like 45 minutes at a time. But they do have quite a few different drinks.
I like the music in that place.
Oh yeah, I have the music right here.
Do you have the soundtrack?
Yeah, you can buy it.
Where'd you get it from?
I got mine from Amazon, but they have it on iTunes and wherever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I really love the music. Burn me a CD.
Okay.
You did not hear that.
Pirating is illegal. Do not do it. Okay. Okay. I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. Okay. Now, some of the drinks that you can find at Oga's Cantina are the Fuzzy Tauntaun. Hopefully, it's not too fuzzy.
For some people, I think it was.
The Best Spin Fizz. I'm sure that's what Lando drinks.
That was really cool.
And something called the Outer Rim. And there is a Bloody Rancor that has an edible bone in it. And I believe that might be a drink that was
almost like a Bloody Mary
featured in the Black Spire novel by Delilah Dawson. Not sure. They do have some different kinds of beers, and they're going to be slightly off the Terran norm, but I'm sure that beer is beer. If you drink beer,
yeah. Anyway,
it'll
you
probably
slice
taste
the cake.
Something like beer.
Yes.
And then also you can get your classic blue milk. And you can get the green milk, which is from the Thalassiren from episode 8. So there's two possibilities.
I love the blue.
The blue is more fruity.
Yes.
The green is more tangy. And so that's from what I hear.
Yes.
My understanding is most people tend to like the blue a little more. On average.
Some people like the green, but I like the blue. I thought it was delicious. It almost tasted like a slushie, but I'm definitely going to have to go back because, one, I want some of those cards, and then I want to get some more of these dice. I got these ones from my friend Nick.
Oh, yeah,
we're in my car, so that's what I'm talking about.
But you're not talking about Sabacc cards, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a deck too.
Did you get a deck?
Yeah, Steven got them for me.
You lucky dog.
Well, I haven't been there, so I have yet to go to Galaxy's Edge personally.
Jim needs to go.
And there may be a chance of him going soon. News as it develops.
Wow.
I don't know for sure, but yeah. But that's all I've got in that regard.
That's really cool to learn about all the different foods, and I like the way Disney has taken the time to go through the different novels and things like that to make sure that this food was part of the galaxy.
Yeah,
And I mean, they did their
authentic.
homework on that one.
And understand this. There is a ton more out there. Okay, if you go to Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars wiki online, if you type in Star Wars food, they'll have it broken down by culture.
Yeah, that's where I found all the stuff for Dex's place.
By planet, by race, and all kinds of different. And there's a whole bunch that we did not mention. So if you go to Wikipedia and check it out, there's a lot more cool stuff. We could do at least one more episode just on other random things that are in, like, some novel that we haven't heard of in 20 years.
We'll have to revisit that. But do you want to do something like Easter egg next time, or do you want to do like all things Rebels? You know, we can do something where we discuss like the different things in Rebels, or like little Easter eggs in Rebels, or any facts we find. We can do something like that if you would like to.
Maybe. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I was thinking of possibly doing the 7 forms of lightsaber combat.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because it's related to what we do. And
kind of.
And it's also, some of it's in universe and some of it is canon.
All right. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the different forms of lightsaber combat. So we'll do that next time for our show. So from here us at Radio Geonosis, we're going to see you next time. But please follow us on Facebook at Radio Geonosis 2.0. Please like and subscribe at Radio Geonosis on YouTube. And we've also got an Instagram page, and
we have a Twitter at rgeonosis.
Yes, and then as soon as Jim gets any of his footage up, I will, if it's okay with Outer Rim, definitely. I'm going to put it up on, or he'll put it up on Radio Geonosis. And if you have any pictures, send them to me so I can get them on the Instagram.
Oh yeah, definitely not a problem. Yeah, we tend to publicize everything we do. So
I really like that. I would like to get more of that onto our page, because I think a lot of people like to see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So from us here at Radio Geonosis, we're going to see you next time. Goodbye.
May the force of others be with you.